It's fun. Plus, we learn a lot.
I also like Trinity because we have art and we do a lot of fun projects.
It's a great community and I have a lot of fun here.
Just a friendly place where you can be yourself.
It may be a bit unusual for students to talk about their school that way, but then Trinity School of Frederick is different. Not only are students impressed, but so too are their parents.
It's a school that has a lot of love and a lot of concern and care, and a school that's intent on finding the best in each individual and helping that best to grow to be as good as it can be.
The teachers seem to really know how to keep their attention, keep them involved, keep them wanting to learn.
We shopped a lot. We looked at probably every private school in the county. We looked at the public schools that considered homeschooling. So we looked at everything, and Trinity far surpassed all the other options.
Parents, students, and teachers alike say the reason Trinity School can be described in those terms is because of an intentional educational philosophy that's been in place from day one.
Where the teacher reaches the student where he or she is in his or her own ability and takes them from that point to where they need to be. And an appreciation of those individuals and their understanding and their style of learning.
Trinity builds students with a unique approach to education, one that emphasizes experiential learning.
We're on the floor a lot, our pants are dirty a lot. Most of my children end up with holes in their knees because we're scooting around. We learn through a lot of games, a lot of cooperative learning activities.
We do the typical vocabulary exercises in a workbook, but then we take them and we turn them into games, and they get engaged and they have fun, and then those words stick instead of just the typical, let's just study this, let's, write the word 10 times.
Children at Trinity apply subjects like social studies, humanities, and science to complete comprehensive class projects. These projects weave art, cooking, Spanish, music, and language arts disciplines into subject matter. As a result, history and science are no longer just facts that students have memorized from books, but experiences they have lived through. And each grade in the school gets to tour the interactive exhibits, plays, or living museums that are the final result of these projects to get a taste of what the other children have learned.
It's not the traditional teacher stands up in the front and students sit at desks. It's a very interactive, hands-on, out-of-your-seat kind of learning environment with projects and field trips and an integration of subjects and the arts built in that just engages the children so much that they come home sometimes covered head to toe in paint or clay or dirt or whatever, but always with so much excitement in their voice telling you what they did today, what they built, what they made, what they saw, what they got to do.
Maryland and the surrounding states offer a vast array of educational enrichment opportunities, and field trips are an important part of Trinity's curriculum. Students travel to museums, plays, state parks, restaurants, and historical sites from Philadelphia to Colonial Williamsburg, and many points in between. Trinity School's small class sizes enable teachers to meet the needs of students on an individual basis, whether a child needs greater challenges and more enrichment, or a little extra help mastering a difficult concept. Trinity also wants students to develop not only academically, but also spiritually, reinforcing Christian values that for many students are taught at home or at church.
And you can talk about God and you can talk about Christ, you can talk about values, and they can be it's a meaningful way to impart values to children.
Teachers are free to weave lessons from the weekly chapel services into the classroom or use prayer to resolve disciplinary issues.
We're looking for a school that carried our values from home into the school atmosphere. They're not only building them as students, but they're building them as good characters, good citizens.
Trinity places an emphasis on students becoming educationally well-rounded and eager to learn. At Trinity, students are taught to recognize and develop their own gifts, whether they involve reading, singing, math, or sports, as a way of building a positive self-identity.
There's drama, you can take drama, you can do cooking, you can do choir, you can do basketball. and pretty much anything you're interested in, you can check with a teacher and they can start it up for you, or you can just join something that's already happening.
We do PE 4 times a week here, so I really enjoy getting a lot of time with the kids.
Teachers at Trinity all have advanced degrees, but as important as that is a passion for education. It's often said that teaching is not what they do, it's who they are, as they model a love of learning and a respect for each other.
Children treat each other with such respect almost all of the time. Children can learn to be themselves here, and that's really, really a great asset.
There are no bullies, you know. It's just a really nice school where everyone gets along.
Students also learn to appreciate and accept the talents in others. It's part of developing the whole person in a setting of safety and love where students can experience, learn, and explore.
I always tell if people can come look at this school that they would fall in love with it, not by the aesthetics or the outside of it, but what's on the inside of the school.
Students at Trinity come from a variety of faith backgrounds, some with no church affiliation, even though the school is connected to the Frederick Regional Council of Episcopal Churches in partnership with the Evangelical Lutheran Church. Diversity of individuals is embraced and celebrated at Trinity, and people of all races and faiths are welcome.
The whole sense that everyone is held up and affirmed, and their beliefs and everything are really valued.
Our goal is, by the time students leave here in 8th grade, that they're so comfortable with who they are and who they want to be, that they will thrive, whether it's a public school or an independent school. They'll know how to make good choices. They'll identify themselves by their strengths and not their weaknesses.
I know it sounds kind of corny, but it is. It's a community. It's like a big family.
We love it. We love it. We couldn't imagine a better place for her. You know, this is her home away from home.
This place is warm, it's loving, it's fun, it's challenging, and if I were a kid, it's where I'd want to spend my day.